Hello and welcome to this Friday website review by Thrive Themes. Today we're going to look at how you can use an understanding of the user experience and the user flow on your website to build a better website and get more sales. My name is Shane Melach and I'm the co-founder of thrivethemes.com, and we're going to take a look at the website dnabars.com. So this is the website that was sent in by one of our users that we're going to review today. And here it is. So let's take a quick look at this homepage right now. And right away, I can say one thing that I really like here is that it's very easy to find out what this website is about right away, because we have a big headline here. We have another headline here that basically tells us right away, this is a healthy, low sugar protein bar kind of product, right? And we also have an image that basically instantly shows us what this is. We have another image here that gives us an idea of what this product is about. And, it's a good example of how to quickly present an offer, because it says, 14 grams of protein. People looking for protein bars are going to care about that, right? Going to care about how much protein is in here. Zero refined sugar is going to mean something to people who care about health and stuff like that in their foods. Tastes like a brownie. That's a great part of this heading here. Tastes like a brownie. It's very specific. It elicits something, right? It elicits the memory of what a brownie tastes like. And for most people, that would be a very positive memory. So that's something that's really well done on this page. It takes just a few seconds to understand exactly what this product is and what you can get here. So then what happens, so we understand what's going on and we can read some details about this product, and then the page suddenly stops. And what we have here is we have a page footer. And the problem is, so even though there's not really anything really relevant in here, which is what the footer area is for. And this is also, you have to understand, there's something like banner blindness that happens with the footer area of your page. So if your visitor recognizes, oh, okay, I've reached the end of the content and the footer starts, most of your visitors would just ignore what's here unless they are looking for something very specific, right? If you're looking for contact information, that's when you might go down to the footer and look, oh, is there a contact link? But for the most part, this area will be ignored. And so essentially the page stops here, right? And so it's a very short page. And here's the problem. In terms of the user flow, so a visitor comes to this website, they see this, they go, oh yes, protein bars, that's good, interesting. They read this, okay, it's all natural, it tastes amazing, and so on. They're interested, and then it stops. And now it's like it draws a line under everything I've experienced at this point, and now I have to make a decision about, okay, what next? Where do I get it? What does it cost? What else do I need to know about this? And I have to go back up and find this header here and decide what I need to see. So do I want to read about the ingredients? Do I want to see about the products? Do I want to go to the store? And I have to make a decision among quite a lot of different links at the top here. And it really breaks the user flow, right? Because what you want to have, if someone has seen this and they've read all the way down here, you've got them interested. And the next thing that's probably on their mind is, well, okay, let's have a look at what exactly these products are and let's buy some. And so you don't want to interrupt that flow. That's the problem here. You're interrupting the flow and putting an ambivalent decision in front of the user. A good flow, an example of a good flow would be even if it's just like a big button right here that says, click here to order your protein bars, or something like that. That would be a natural continuation of this flow. You've gotten my interest. You've told me what it's about. Now I'm thinking, okay, how can I buy them? And you give me a big button to click on. Or maybe you want to give me two buttons, one that says, learn more about our ingredients, and the other says, buy a protein bar now. But that would be much better because it gives me two choices, right? You make a decision about what kind of visitor I might be. Either I want to learn more or I want to buy something. And you give me a simple, clear choice between two options. So both of these would be an example of providing a much more natural flow. I'm reading through the page and I can just naturally continue along. But what happens here is, you interrupt the flow and I have to kind of figure out myself where to go next to get what I want. Next, let's have a quick look at the shopping experience. So assuming that I go to the store here and I decide to purchase something. So here we have a few issues as well. Starting with the first thing you see here is a DNA Life Bar subscription plan, without further details. So I have to click on something to then find out more about this, but I've only just come to the shop. So in terms of priorities, I think the actual products should be presented first. Also over here we have, this is a bit strange, we have quite a lot of empty space here. This PayPal verified is just floating there. I don't think it's doing much there. We have a cart, but it's empty. So it looks a bit messy, this layout. Another thing is that I noticed right away, we have a price here of $36 for each product. And this is, you know, for a protein bar, I mean, I believe that a common objection will be, wait a minute, with $36, why is that so expensive? Because you actually have to go through to a product to find out that it's 12 bars, right? And I think that's something that should be clearer earlier on in the process. This is also a place where it's a possible objection, where someone's wondering, why can't I get fewer? And what I would do if that's an actual objection is I would have that as a, you know, as a point somewhere, maybe as a tooltip, a little link that says, why can't I order a smaller quantity, with a tooltip popping up with an explanation, for example. I'd also try to make it as abundantly clear as possible that you're getting 12. So really there's only one place I can get this information. Some people will not see this. I would try to have, you know, this would be much better if it said 12 bars for $36. This here, instead of saying one, it should say one box of 12 bars or something like that. You want to be very, very clear about what your customer will be getting for the price you're asking. And I know that if you are the owner of this shop, that seems completely obvious. And you mention it here, who could possibly miss this? My estimate is that 30% or more of people on this site don't realize this. It's sometimes, if as the website owner, some things that seem completely obvious to you can be missed by large chunks of your audience. So let's carry on. I'm going to add this to my cart here. Okay, so I get this confirmation. That's good. It would be nicer, just from a technical side, it would be nicer if it didn't refresh the page, but you know, never mind. That's not a huge deal breaker. The actual description here is, there's not that much description here. We have related products then. I think it would help to just have more about the product, especially images. So if I click on this, this is something that I find quite annoying. You pop up an image that is the same size, or it almost seems smaller than the one I just clicked. That's pointless. And there are no other images. For e-commerce, images are really important. Add more images. Make it very easy to you know, get multiple representations of, for example, what exactly does the full thing look like? Because here there's 4 bars in this image, right? But you get 12. So what does this 12 bar box or whatever it is, what does it look like? Give me just like an excessive amount of images to look through to familiarize myself with this product. Okay, so we have this, then we go to, if we view the cart, let's look at the cart page. On the cart page, sharing options, that doesn't make any sense. That should be hidden here. Nobody's going to share their cart. And even if they did, it would be pointless. This is also quite strange because, oh, first of all, okay, apply coupon is a huge button, right? Huge button, apply coupon. This is going to stop people in their tracks because nobody wants to pay more than they have to. This whole thing here implies that there is a coupon, and I'm, you know, if I don't apply a coupon, clearly I'm paying too much. So that will send people away from your site trying to find those coupons. If they can't find them, they might never come back. So that's something you should avoid. Ideally, you know, you should have, this should be a conditional thing. Only if someone comes in through a coupon link should this even be visible. But basically don't advertise that people are overpaying if they don't have a coupon. So that's something you should get rid of. The shipping note here, you're basically asking me to think too much. This isn't, you know, it's not terrible, but this is very easy to automate. So you can simply have a message that, depending on the time and date that I'm looking at this page at, says, if you order now, your order will be shipped, and then the date. That's one line of code, right? A programmer can create that in like 5 minutes. A thing that, instead of asking your visitor to think, oh, is it between Monday and Thursday, and what time of day, and following Tuesday, when is that? No, just show me, if I order now, this is when I get it, right? It's very easy to do. Okay, and then we have this other thing here, which is a bit of a distraction. The problem with this offer is that it comes with like conditions, and there's some mention of a coupon in the title, and I have to click through to here to actually understand, okay, this is like a bag of of bars that aren't very nice looking or something. And I guess I have to add this to my cart and then also add a discount coupon. And that's confusing, basically. That's confusing. And it breaks the user flow, right? Here I'm ready to purchase. And if you just have, like a checkbox that says, I also want to order this extra thing for $10, and then I can continue, that's a good user flow. But this user flow is, wait a minute, what's this? Here's something for $10, I'm paying $36, should I get this instead of that? And then I have to click through to another page and read about the conditions of this to really understand what's going on. Breaks the user flow and makes you lose customers. Okay, and then and the rest of the checkout process is pretty straightforward. Now, both of these main points that we looked at about the user flow and about the shopping experience have to do with seeing your website as a first-time visitor, which is something we talked about on a previous Friday website review as well. This is really one of the most important things. Try to see your website with completely fresh eyes and try to go through that user experience, imagining that you know nothing about your product and you know nothing about your business. And that can help you uncover these issues that I just pointed out. Those are the potentially biggest wins you can get on this site. Now, with that out of the way, let's also do some nitpicking, because why not, right? So one of the things I noticed is that we have a text, we have text inside an image. So if you go back to the home page here, we do have a main headline here, but it's actually an image, right? So this is not text. It's actually an image. This will be a problem on small devices where this doesn't scale very nicely, right? Maybe I can see. So we have this problem right now. What was supposed to be the main headline is now smaller than this secondary headline, and it's not very readable on a smaller device, right? So that's an issue, and it's also not indexable by search engines. And just in general, it doesn't render as nicely and so on. So you should have something like, this should be basically a 2-column layout with your text in this column and your image in this column, or something like that, right? So that the text is actual text. Another thing that I can nitpick is that the brand name and the URL name are different. So the brand name here is DNA Life Bars and the URL is dnabars.com. That's just not ideal. And I would, unless this is already a very established brand in people's minds, I would either change the URL to DNA Life Bars or change the brand name to DNA Bars. But this difference between the URL and the brand name certainly isn't helping you. And that brings us to the last nitpick, which is about the tagline, where I'm wondering is, how relevant is this tagline? So here we have DNA Life Bars, daytime, nighttime, anytime. That's quite strange. That's not like, I don't quite understand even how this relates to the protein bars, right? It's not like this is something that people want to eat all day and all night or anything. It just seems very strange. And I think, taglines can be a good thing, but in this case, I think you might as well just not have the tagline. And if you will have a tagline, then make it something very relevant, such as, the best healthy protein bars or something like that, or protein bars that taste like brownies or something like that, right? Something a lot less vague and much more clearly connected to your business would definitely be better. All right, so those are some nitpicks, but again, the main thing here is think of the user flow. Think of how a user experiences a website, how they flow through the process, and try to take out any place where you kind of put a full stop to the user flow and give them too many choices or make them think too much. Try to eliminate that and make that as smooth as possible. So that is this week's edition of the Friday website review. And as always, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy Friday website reviews, please support this by sharing it, let people know about it, like it on YouTube and all that. And basically, the more traffic these Friday website reviews attract, the more of them we will do, the more of them you will get, and the greater the chances that your own site will also be reviewed in one edition.